This is St. Michael Archangel Church in Hagna, Bohol. St. Michael the Archangel Church in Hagna is the third oldest parish in Bohol. The Jesuits may have started their work in what was then known as San Miguel de Hagna as early as 1596. The Recollect historian Cavada wrote that the parish was founded in 1631 by the Jesuit Buenaventura de Corazon. One of its parish priests, the Italian Jesuit Giuseppe Lamberti, was slain in his room on January 24, 1746 during the first years of the Dagohoy Revolt. The Jesuits ministered here until 1768 when they were replaced by the Augustinian Recollects who stayed until the end of the Spanish regime. According to a marker on the church, the parish was canonically erected by Pope Pius IX only in 1870. However, what this last date refers to is not clear because a number of young parishes had already separated from Hagna by then. Guindulman in 1798, Garcia Hernandez in 1859, Duero in 1863, and Sierra Bullones in 1863. The Church of St. Michael the Archangel and the Convent of Jagna was first built under the term of Jesuit priest Jose Sanchez or Joseph Sanzini in 1616 to 1692 after the parish was established. Father Sanchez was an Austrian who arrived in the Philippines in 1643 and was assigned to the Visayas where he worked in Bohol and Leyte. He became vice provincial for the Visayas. He was a well-known builder and is reported by Jesuit historian Pedro Morelio Villarde to be responsible for building the churches in Lubuk, Dawis, and Maribohok. He embellished the churches with gilded reredos and for Hagna. He built a three-story structure in honor of Saint Michael. Unfortunately, the church of Hagna, probably the one built by Sanchez, was destroyed in an 1808 fire, which also damaged the parish records. The church edifice was first built in 1808 with the initiation of Father F. Blas by forced labor. It was completed in 1867 during the incumbency of Reverend Father Ramon Santa Ana. Inside the church's belfry are 6th-century-old bells that are harmonic. The biggest bell has a diameter of 1 yard and 3 inches in thickness. Hagna Church is a stone edifice with sturdy lumbers in some parts, with symbolic carvings on the walls and biblical scenes on the ceilings. There is a pair of wooden pillars supporting the wide choir loft installed in 1844. Certainly one of the biggest in the country. The ceiling is completely covered with paintings by Ray Francia. The town was burned by American troops in March 1901 after their defeat by Boholano warriors in Barangay Lonoy, and then again in October that same year. The church and the convent were spared. By 1886, Redondo documents a rubble church 125 varas or yards long, 25 wide, and 16 tall until the moldings. He notes that the church had a nipa roof. Adjacent to the church was the convent, which was built of rubble with a metal roof. Both church and the convento must have been built by the Recollects who assumed administration of Bohol with the departure of the Jesuits in 1768. The church was extensively reconstructed in 1968 and the belfry after the February 8, 1990 earthquake. Despite this, the interior remains fairly preserved. The present church of Hagna have been greatly renovated. After suffering damages from a typhoon in the 1980s, its facade was heavily plastered with cement. The facade is embellished with a pointed arch reminiscent of Gothic. Thank you for watching. See you again on my next video. Bye!